He told me a story
Yep.
that he was sitting with you backstage and that he and you witnessed Curt Hennig cutting up Jacques Rougeau's pants.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, sure.
Okay.
Curt did a lot of things. And the Bulldogs did a lot of things too, you know.
Yeah.
And Curt was a massive ripper, you know. I mean, he'd go down to the pet store and he'd buy a bunch of mouse or rat embryos that they feed to snakes. You know what I'm saying? A little sack of them grew. Just awful things, awful looking science fiction horror stuff that you'd make a Stephen King movie. He'd find somebody, take them, put them down their pockets, put them in their socks, or put them in the bottom of their shoes. It's just awful stuff, you know. Yeah, Curt would do some. Curt was he was a ribomaniac. He would have probably fell into the Calgary Stampede, you know, Rib Hall of Fame somewhere.
Now,
if he could have.
Billy was not around for the fight between the Bulldogs and the Rougeaus, basically when Jacques attacked him. Were you at that taping?
I was there. Didn't see it at the moment. I'd seen it sometime after it had happened. And one of those kind of things, you know, where Dynamite, you know, just pushing it always like he did. Just you know, Dynamite, you know. And I knew Dynamite a little bit, and Davey Boy from Calgary when I was there, mainly Davey Boy. Dynamite was already doing something else in Japan or something. But anyway, before I came to this company, you know. And but that taping, there was some heat between the Rougeaus and those guys. And Dynamite was kind of bullying Jacques, you know. And he'd do Raymond, he'd smack one. You don't do that stuff, man, you know. Because, you know, I got to tell you, in these dressing rooms where I was at, everybody in there stand up. Ain't nobody going to lay down. I mean, it don't matter who you are, somebody's going to get something on you. Somebody's going to get an ear. Somebody's going to get an eye. Somebody's going to get... There ain't no lay downs in the dressing room I was in.
Right.
Well, the guys we had, well, none of that going on. I mean, even guys that didn't do stuff like that, they weren't tough guys, you still ain't going to push them off. But him doing that, I mean, they do stuff like they get Danny Spivey, he'd like cigarettes, they'd get his cigarettes and spray paint them yellow. They'd take his boots that he'd spray his boots with, his Hulk Hogan yellow looking boots, Spivey, and they'd spray paint them yellow and put them back into things, and they knew how to get into his Halliburton. They could break into safes and stuff, whatever. But I'd seen Dynamite shortly after that with the tooth missing, you know, when Jacques or Raymond, whichever one, Badabadined him. But he walked around that corner, man, and they let him have it, man. You know. And Dynamite being salty, he just spit that to, oh, I don't care, I'll do what I want to. All this don't matter to me, we don't feel you. That's why he talk like that. He spit the tooth out, and he just kept it like it, just smiled like it was the greatest thing ever. Never even got it fixed, never even wanted to get it fixed, didn't care. I guess it was some kind of badge of honor or something, you know.